Love it or hate it, you can't deny the fact that The Walking Dead was one of the biggest shows of all time. Over 12 years, we got some incredible moments. But when you've got 117 episodes and 11 seasons, there are bound to be parts of the show that were better than others. In this video, we're going to rank all 11 seasons, from worst to best, so let's silently jump right into it. Starting off at number 11, Season 5. The 5th season of Walking Dead may be the low point in the series. Just when viewers fell for the bait and were tantalized by the prospect of finding out what lay in store at Terminus, they were left with a meager offering. It was like reaching for a hearty meal of arms and legs, only to be served a plate of toes and fingers. However, it featured one of the show's heartbreaking moments, Beth's death. It also introduced the Alexandria Safe Zone, which promised plenty of tasty, entertaining storylines ahead. But ultimately, the Beth storyline just ruined the season even further. Sure, there were several high points here too, but for the most part, this one just felt like a season of characters coming into the storyline rather than the actual plot getting anywhere. At number 10, we've got Season 3. Season 3 was as mixed of a pot as we could possibly get. With the introduction of fan favorite Michonne and villain of all villains, the Governor, Season 3 of The Walking Dead had it all. We welcomed a new face into Rick's group just as one said goodbye. An old friend returned with a devastating story, and the Grimes family faced one of their most devastating moments yet with Lori's tragic childbirth leading to her death. We'll never forget Carl taking his mother out before she could become a walker. We still can't agree if this one was a cop-out or a genius plot twist. At number 9, the dreaded Season 9. We can't forget about Season 9, which saw the departure of Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes and left a gaping hole in our hearts. It was a dark time for both characters and fans, but thankfully his fate was left open-ended, with Jadis taking him away by helicopter. But Season 9 brought with it the introduction of some truly unforgettable villains, Alpha, Beta, and the Whisperers. And of course, there was the horrific head-on-a-stick scene that saw beloved characters like Tara, Enid, and Henry all offed in a single episode. This is the season that still got us with a pit in our stomachs. And no, we're not getting over it anytime soon. Now for number 8, the Heartless Season 4. Season 4 introduced us to a few new faces, Rosita, Eugene, and Abraham, while also saying goodbye to the fan favorite Herschel, so we're already knocking down some points for that. We also got an insight into Daryl and Beth's evolving friendship, and met the terrifying Terminus. But arguably the most shocking moment of this season was when Carol had to teach Lizzie a hard lesson in life and death by asking her to look at the flowers as she, well, let's just say it was an unforgettable end, one that we weren't the biggest fans of. At number 7, the ultimate Season 11. Season 11 was the show's longest and most drawn-out season, with a whopping 24 episodes stretching over an entire year. This season introduced the Commonwealth and its villainous leaders, but failed to bring about any significant change or resolution in the outbreak. To make matters worse, the final episode bid farewell to the beloved character Rosita, while introducing Eugene's new daughter Rosie. Despite setting up Daryl's spin-off and revealing what happened to Rick and Michonne before their miniseries, it felt like nothing was truly accomplished in the finale. It just felt more of a "we need to end the series fast" than a true closing out the show really deserved. Then at number 6, the one we're all still shocked by, Season 8. Season 8 was a season of tragedy, and an ending to the all-out war unlike any other. After saying goodbye to Shiva, we had to witness another fan favorite's demise, Carl Grimes, who tragically took his own life after he received a walker bite. His final thoughts were of hope for the future, including Negan as part of the same community. It's hard to imagine a more heartbreaking and unexpected ending. Unfortunately, this is what made Season 8 one of the worst seasons of The Walking Dead. His death felt unnecessary, and even Chandler Riggs, who played Carl on the show, was appalled by the death his character got. So are we, Carl. So are we. Let's not forget the dreaded Season 7 at number 5. Season 7 was a season we all want to forget. The premiere set the dark tone for what was to come, when Negan cruelly bludgeoned Glenn and Abraham with his deadly weapon Lucille. Rick and his group were reunited with Morgan while Sasha made the ultimate sacrifice to take down Negan, but it all felt too little too late. It was a hopeless and disheartening season that left many viewers disappointed to the point that they stopped watching the show from this point altogether. While it might have been a disappointing part of the storyline, you can't deny that it's a point in TV history that none of us would ever forget. Coming up at number 4, Season 2. The second season of The Walking Dead is sure to make your heart race with its array of shockers, starting with the explosive cliffhanger that left Carl's young life in jeopardy. Rick and Shane faced off in a much-anticipated showdown that changed the course of the season, and ultimately left Shane dead. But there's so much more to this season than just that. We were introduced to the Greens, witnessed the start of Maggie and Glenn's blooming relationship, plus saw Carol's missing daughter turn into one of the undead in an unforgettable moment. Our heart was at the edge of our ribcage this entire season. Surprisingly, at number 3, Season 10. Just when people were beginning to lose hope in The Walking Dead, the show gave us Season 10. This was when we saw the conclusion to the Alpha, Beta, and Whisperer storyline, with Daryl and Negan joining forces to take out both Beta and Alpha. But this season is remembered for so much more than that. Not only did Maggie make a surprise return, but it was also unique in its focus on individual characters, such as Princess and her mental break in episode 20, and the special Daryl and Carol partnership episode that highlighted their complex relationship. Of course, how could we forget the incredible series finale which delved into Negan Smith's past to uncover why he became the villain he did. This one, for us, is the true finale of the show. Can we just scrap Season 11? After that, at number 2, we've got the Negan season, Season 6. Season 6 marks the unforgettable debut of Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character, Negan. He quickly became arguably the greatest villain in The Walking Dead, changing Rick Grimes' world forever with his bat in one thrilling finale. But that was far from the only gripping moment of this season. Jam-packed with shootouts and walker kills, the mid-season finale featured an emotionally charged scene when Jesse bravely allowed herself to be devoured by walkers after her son's untimely death. In another unforgettable moment, Carl and Ron faced off in a shootout, which resulted in Carl losing his eye. There was truly no shortage of excitement during this season, putting this one at number 2. Finally, the crowned number 1, Season 1. It's hard to beat the original. The premiere of Season 1 of The Walking Dead was an absolute blockbuster, making it one of the most watched cable premieres and breaking records for AMC. From the get-go, this intense zombie apocalypse drama had viewers hooked. It introduced Rick and his insane origin story, along with his core group of survivors. With Rick, we found out the state of the world and finished with a thrilling trip to the CDC headquarters. In between, it explored issues of morality, politics, and human relationships, all set against an apocalyptic backdrop. The season only has 6 episodes, which creates a different structure and pacing compared to other seasons. Part of it might be because Season 1 was completely overseen by Frank Darabont, who created the series for TV. Redditors have noted that it almost feels like a different show, which is no wonder why it holds a special place in fans' hearts. Its audience score of Season 1 simply can't be beaten, and because of its success, The Walking Dead has become the mega franchise it is today. It's hard to overstate how much of an impact Season 1 has made. Even now, it really is the one that started it all. Whether or not it's the high point of the series, fans will always look back fondly on this first season as a truly groundbreaking piece of television. And on that note, we'll wrap up today's video. Do you agree with our ranking? Or would you rank the seasons differently? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.